If you're following Depp vs. Heard, I'm sure you know Amber Heard has got a friend named Eve Barlow. But wait a minute. People say they're in a romantic relationship. It's Amber's girlfriend. But when I think about it, we don't actually have proof of that. There's no pictures of them together. When they are together, they're not holding hands. We don't have either one of them saying they're actually a couple. We don't have an official news source or someone close to them saying they're a couple. We've just really got speculation that since Eve was in the court, visited Amber with the baby a few times, that they're together. It seems like an assumption. Now, if I'm missing something, please leave it right down in the comments. Get to me on Twitter. Get me the proof. I'll immediately correct myself. However, I don't think, from what I recall, we actually know for sure that they've been confirmed as a couple. To say they've broken up. Based on what? Well, there's a little clip getting around online. A few little rumors on Twitter about that. Now, I'm one to talk about rumors. That's fine. But to say they've broken up without actually confirming they're a couple is a little stretch, and I did a little bit of research. Not only breaking up as a relationship, but even letting go of her, cutting connections, cutting ties as someone she knows, as a friend, as a supporter. That's not quite supported either. But either or, either way, same conclusion. So here it is. This is what you may have seen as some evidence or a hint or a clue that they broke up. And Eve says, and by the way, this is from a much longer, larger article which has almost nothing to do with Amber. I'll clarify that in a second. I'm sitting here writing this after spending 5 weeks more or less alone in a city I was thriving in only a few years ago. I am only alone because wherever I turn, there's a reason for me to no longer be considered, invited, remembered, thought of, loved, respected, befriended, or trusted. So I guess that's the part we're supposed to think that Amber doesn't want her anymore. Amber doesn't trust her anymore. It could be, maybe. But I'd say chances are low because the article is about Anne Frank, the Jewish community, the Western culture, and isolation. And like I said, it's long. So to think this has to do with Amber when it's at the end of a long article that has nothing to do with Amber except one quick mention of the Depp trial and an apology that she talks about it too much, it really wouldn't make sense that this was some kind of a breakup confession. And then she says, and those reasons amount to words, to thoughts, to opinions. Those reasons amount to my refusal to succumb to the sickness of woke. And she's talking about culture before that, about how people are too sensitive, and she actually agrees with me on wokeness, which is kind of nice. It doesn't make up for anything. She still has some really horrible tweets about Depp, some really trash takes, but we do agree on a few things politically that I think are common sense at least. Those reasons amount to my commitment to remain interesting and self-possessed, whatever that means. I've been disempowered because of my integrity. Am I a journalist anymore? I really don't know. What is a journalist in America in 2022? Is it someone who reports facts or someone who soothes the mob? No, soothes the mob. Okay, got it right the second time. Now let's see what I'm talking about. So here it is. It's called A Bigger Picture, and I'm not going to read the full article. Like I said, it's really long, but as you could see, it goes on and on about war, about Anne Frank, about culture, about all kind of different things, until finally at the end, she gets to her piece about isolation, which is real tough to actually connect to Amber. And look here. We do have pictures all the time of them together, but they're not holding hands, they're not affectionate. It just seems to me that they're friends. That's my personal opinion. Now I could be wrong. Maybe someone will come up with something and say, hey hacker, you missed this, here was the proof, it came out at this time. And if that happens, fine. But even so, I don't quite think this article can connect to Amber Heard. Like I said before, she mentions the case, but she apologizes to her readers, probably the ones reading for politics, that she mentions it too much. Now, her take was crap, her take was trash, but even so, even though, like usual, it was a terrible opinion on it, it was just real quick and had very little to do with the content of the article. Anyway, that's my take on it. I don't have a huge amount of time to research everything. However, it seemed to me here that this one clip, this one paragraph, taken from a much, much bigger body of work, has just been said to be about Amber, and it doesn't seem like it is. Let me know what you think down below. Doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. And if you don't consider it, I guess it'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.